One, two, three,
sound
one,
check.
two,
Thank
three.
you so much. It's very nice. It's very
On air. We're on air. Hi, my name is
Hi.
Topas.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Magic Interview episode number 4. Today my guest is a well-known magician and illusionist from Germany. He has won the FISM Award and others such as Illusionist of the Year, Magician of the Year and many others. Let's welcome the one and only Topas.
Thank you for being here. First of all, how are you?
I'm fine, happy. This has just been now the first of 4 shows in Athens. We have, wonderful colleagues, and we enjoyed a little bit of the city. We always see too little of, the country we're in and the city we're in. But we really enjoy Athens. I'm not saying this just because
Yes,
I'm
I
in
know.
Athens, but I really like it. It gives us a feeling of, this mixture of history and holiday.
Yes.
So it's really a warm feeling to be here.
So, you started doing magic from a very young age.
Mm-hmm.
What was your first contact with magic? Do you remember?
Yeah, very boringly, it was a magic set like for every magician on Christmas Eve. But I remember another thing, and that was a Terence Hill movie, a spaghetti western.
Yes.
And he shuffled cards. And I saw that as a 7 or 8-year-old boy, and I thought, I want to do that. And only later I found out that it was camera tricks. The movie was backwards, so the cards jumped into his hand. But I clearly remember this Terence Hill in.
My name is Trinidad. I think
Yes,
yes,
that's the one.
That's the movie.
That's the one. And I thought I really. It wasn't even magic per se. It was flourishes. Today we would call it flourishes or cardistry, but it was really impressive for me, and I thought, wow, I really want to do that.
And what did you do?
Well, I was lucky enough to meet magicians from the Magic Circle of Stuttgart. That's the country, the city I come from. At a fair, downtown in Stuttgart. I met a guy who did card tricks on the street, and he was promoting a close-up show. And I said, "Hey, hello, I can do card shuffling." Yeah. And he said, "Oh God, another lost soul." But he gave me, this date, and I went there, and I just met a lot of great magicians. And being 51 now, I got to know magic. I learned magic from other magicians. Not YouTube tutorials or books per se, but somebody showing you with their hands what to do. So still for me one of the best ways to learn magic.
Exactly. And growing up, which magicians influenced you?
Well, Cardini, Lance Burton, David Copperfield. So Cardini, because it was the first, as I understand it, the first manipulator who did only manipulations and became world famous with just manipulations and doing, much like here for 3,000 people, card manipulations, making cards appear, plucking them from thin air. I found that very impressive. And Channing Pollock, amazing
Yes.
Channing Pollock, dove magician, looking like a movie star, and making doves appear and being very gentle with the animals, but amazingly charismatic guy.
Did you meet him?
I have met him. Yes, yes. I was very lucky to meet him. He must have been in his 90s, I think.
And
But
he was still handsome.
Oh,
and
amazing! Of course, I was in awe. I knew that this is like magic history, walking magic history. But meeting him was when you see somebody first in the movies and then you meet them in person. It's a very strange feeling. You feel like, it's like holography, like very strange. And he was very nice. I told him about the Magic Circle of Stuttgart meeting every winter for winter vacations. So we spent time together and studying magic, and also cleaning the dishes, and just doing everyday life. And he said, I would like to be there. I would like to clean the dishes with other magicians. So yeah, it was a very nice man, and just an idol.
Yes.
And of course, David Copperfield, because he was the best magic, and maybe to this day, in terms of quality, the best magic I had ever seen. My most favorite TV special was Explosive Encounters, where he escaped from an exploding building, did dancing ties, and the things that are, that are still performed all over the world. And maybe he's done it the best way it's ever been done, like origami and pole levitation and all those things you may know if you're a magician. And who else did I mention?
And Lance Barton.
Lance Burton, who was sort of the heir to Channing Pollock, another charismatic American magician. Probably the best 6 minutes I saw in magic ever.
Really?
It was so. Nowadays there's Yu Hu Jin and people who influence magic a lot, but back then this was the perfect act. Almost like out of this world. He wanted to be a mixture of Elvis Presley, Dracula, and James Dean. James Dean. So
Dracula.
Yes,
Yes.
not smiling in the beginning.
Yes, he
Later
is.
he smiled when he did full evening shows, but in the beginning it was intentionally, just a very impressive personality. Not that I could ever do this style, but of course you admire things you cannot do. And to me it was amazing. And then of course Juan Tamariz from Spain, being the most complete magician I have ever met and seen on stage, because he's an amazing performer, a star for laymen, normal people, and magicians alike. Both groups admire him. And he's a scholar of magic, so he writes books and contributes to the theory of magic. So he's the most complete in everything you can do, the most complete artist I can think of. So these are the ones, and I could go on. I have spent most of my life around magicians.
And when did you start involving with music as well?
My best friend in life is a comedian and musician, a composer, and another friend of mine is a musical producer. He works for Nena. He's the musical director of Nena, a German singer, 99,
Yes,
Red Balloons,
yes.
maybe you
I
remember.
her.
So he's way above in terms of quality what magicians normally get to accompany their acts. But I was very lucky to meet him. His name is Derek von Krog, and he produces music that my friend Andy Kraus composes. And when I met these two guys, I wanted to spend as much time around musicians as I could, trying to get into a music studio and watch them produce music. To this day, composing music and producing it so that it sounds like radio quality is a miracle to me. I don't know how they do it, and I sit next to it, when it's produced, and I enjoy watching it. It's a very magical experience, and that's when I started to combine magic and music. Not that I'm a musician; I would love to be. Many magicians want to be comedians and musicians want to be comedians maybe, and actors want to be rock stars. So it's always a little, I want something that I'm not, and in my case it's music. I'm not really a musician, but I really enjoy it.
As a composer, I truly believe that...
You are a composer?
Yes, I am a composer as well.
Okay.
I truly believe that music consists all the magical ingredients to understand creation. Has music helped you to become a better magician?
Oh, difficult question. I completely agree. Magical process, to me, it's like emotions in a bottle. If a movie score is composed, it elevates the emotion we see, which to me is something amazing. That no matter what your cultural background is, if the music is really strong, it hits you. No matter which country you come from, Germany, Greece, whatever, this music hits you. So the creative process of, first there's nothing, then there's an idea, and this idea creates an emotion is outstanding. I can't wrap my head around it. How does that work? I know. Then they tell me, if you want to make an anthem, a rock anthem, open the cymbals, and your little tricks of the trade. But that's not really it. I know that. I know that there's a lot of experience in the history of music how to do that, but I still don't know what's the difference between good music and a hit, for instance. Magic to me, sheer magic. Lennon and McCartney, Paul McCartney always said in the interviews, we never had a dry session. When they worked together, when Paul and John composed, we never had a dry session. Not once. So they every time they produced a hit, and it's not like they were the only boys with a guitar.
Yes.
So something's going on. There's some special talent that for them makes it possible to create all these hits, and for other people, not one.
Exactly.
Or not. I know that there is marketing and luck and the industry, but still, when you look at what they have done, what they have accomplished, and how they have changed music, that's to me a magical thing. Has it helped my creative process? Yes, very pragmatically. When I want to be creative, and I really need to, I have to push the being creative button now, I listen to music. I used to just collect pieces of existing music that did something with me, and I listened to it in the car or on the plane, and then I just dream up magic acts. So this is a really pragmatic approach for me how to tickle myself into being creative.
Perfect. And as a magician, you perform.
My answers are far too long, right?
No, I love your answers.
This will be 3 hours.
You can talk more if you want. You can talk more if you want. How many is this we have?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
As a magician, you perform mainly material you create by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
How much important is that for you?
It is really important to me because I'm, of course, especially proud when it's my own stuff. I know, though, that it's maybe originality doesn't equal success, because an audience does not know who invented which magic routine or magic trick, magic act. I know this, but I think if you've developed magic yourself, first of all, it's unique. They cannot compare what you do to another magician, which gives you a little bit of an advantage. And also, I think it's possible to invent new magic. When I started as a magician, many people said it's impossible. Everything has been invented already. Everything. And everything that is new is just a combination of old things. I don't think so. I think
you can prove that with your magic.
I hope I can
Yes, you
prove
can.
that, but I also think not only my work, but when I look at magic only recently, for instance, the puzzle of life,
Mm-hmm.
or a floating table, that has been fairly recently added to the magic repertoire, to the canon of magic. I mean, everybody does it now. Not everybody. You don't. You're normal. But all the many magicians do it, but only since what? How long? 10 years at the most. And before that, the fashion was another thing. So it's possible to create new stuff, and I find that exciting. I think social media has created a special kind of magic that is very good for one camera, but it creates a whole new audience.
Exactly.
It's all of a sudden it's cool again. To watch magicians, and magic works on social media because it's quick and visual, and I've seen stuff only recently that I can't explain, and it's not camera tricks really. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It uses the situation of social media cleverly, and I find that brilliant. You know,
It is.
It is brilliant, and it's exciting. Korea has changed manipulation. Darren Brown has changed mentalism, and only all of this only fairly recently. So I'm very excited to hope that there is a lot more where that came from. We're a fairly young artistic genre.
Yes, exactly. But what's the difference between originality, uniqueness, and, let's say, authenticity?
Oh, okay, let's go. Originality. Well, some of them are almost synonyms, but if something is unique, very often it's unique because the presentation style makes it unique. So even if somebody makes the table levitate, it can become unique because the personality is so strong that it's unlike when anybody else does a floating table. It's not original, but it's unique. So I would say uniqueness is I would say that something unique can be unique by a special presentation. Originality, that could mean originality in the method, or original in the way it's presented, and of course then it can be done by many people. If somebody invents a piece of magic, it's original because it's new method, and then many people do it. If somebody does it with his own presentation style, it becomes unique. If I would think about this for longer, I think my definitions would be more precise. Original, uniqueness, and?
Originality, uniqueness, and authenticity.
Oh, authenticity clearly has to do with the performer. So, authentic, I think, if I understand it correctly, is something that comes from within the performer. It's true to him, it's his nature. So when somebody has a funny bone, he can authentically present comedy magic. If somebody imitates another magician and wants to be Yoo Jin, or wants to be Chris Angel, or wants to be, it's not authentic because we can see he's only imitating another guy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very easy to see, even if we're not familiar with the history of magic, it's easy to see, oh, something is wrong
and maybe
here.
to feel
Definitely something is wrong here. It's he has seen somebody and now wants to be this other performer, and it's not authentic. And on the other hand, if something is very strong, like the personality of David Williamson or Juan Tamariz, just the other word again, the unique expression of character makes it authentic, and it's something that is easier felt than defined.
Perfect. So you have accomplished unique achievements, right? Which is the most important moment or moments of your career? And I don't mean by successful necessary, something that really it's inside your heart.
It's hard to say. Probably other people can talk about this better. To me, when Eberhard Riese, my first mentor, taught me that originality is a lot more difficult, but eventually it pays off.
What a great
lesson. That was an important lesson. Helge Thun, another guy from Germany, taught me improvisational comedy, the structure of full evening shows, because he did Keith Johnston Theatre Sports and was experienced in theatre. So his approach, the approach of a theatre person looking at magic, was a great inspiration, an important moment. Doing stand-up comedy since, I don't know, 15 to 20 years, I started doing stand-up without magic. That was also an important moment for me to stand in front of an audience and trying to express myself without tricks. It's very often you hide behind tricks, and as a magician you're always hiding something. As a comedian you're always giving away a secret, basically. You're giving away a part of yourself. So that was an important moment. Maybe you were thinking about success things or so, but success is always a difficult thing to deal with, because you want to achieve something, and then when you have it, immediately you think, okay, what's next? And is it all downhill from now on? And so that's not the moments I think about. I like when I think back about important moments, I think about people I met, people who influenced me. The recent history, like here in this show, is that Jana Felicitas, a German female magician who started as a dancer in our full evening shows, and said she's a trained dancer. She wasn't a magician originally, but she started to approach magic as a dancer. Now her way of looking at magic with a background of a trained dancer is also very interesting.
Yes.
See, now I ask her for her advice. In the beginning, she didn't know any magic. So all of these experiences are really influential, and whenever you don't like aspects of the job, performance fees, logistics, agency, whenever it gets you down, these moments of inspiration, when you think back, that's why I started to do this. These are the important moments, That's why I still enjoy going to magic festivals or conventions, magic meetings, because I forget that this is my job now, and I look at it and I'm amazed again how great it is. If you cut away all these things, the organization and money and all that, you remember,
yes, exactly.
that's the feeling, that's what it's like to be fooled. That's what it's like when somebody does something new.
To get inspiration.
Yes, the inspiration, the short answer is the inspirational moments. Those are the important ones.
And this was a great experience and moment for me having you here. I have no words to thank you. I wish you all the best, Topas. You're so sweet person. Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching Magic Interview. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and press the notification button. Don't forget also to follow Topas. In the video description you will find all his links. Thank you so much. Bye bye.